Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the LSU Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Fair catch called for and made. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll start this drive with a pass. He's got his man. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally, and they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Getting some heat. Good job to get everything he could, then get down with the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Makes the grab on the left. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Harper. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Offense set on 1st down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Trying play action. Coming after it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Setting up the screen. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Tigers with the 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
The play action fake. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
Looking for room. It's Harper. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's right on target.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. Off the play fake. Gets it out quickly. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Give to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball up.
Caught. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. It's complete. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the 1st? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. A first down for the offense. Give to the back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Out of the gun, the inside give. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. Open space at the 25. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the first quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head to the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Trying to get to him. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The give to the back. Tackled after picking up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2. Second and goal for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. On second and goal, he gets another chance. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Kennesaw State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Got out of trouble and throws. He's got his man. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Complete downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. And you think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback.
Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he makes the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Oh, picked off. Takes it the other way. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's taking the shot. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Leaves it with the back. Finds a crease at the 20. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's looking for an open man on second down. He looks that one in nicely. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. It's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Moves around to clear up the vision. It's complete to the right. On the move at the 30. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over and jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Going up top on first down. He lets it fly. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. And he's going to try to return this one. He gets a block. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Got his man quickly. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They're trying to get to it. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Oh, and the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to be a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Going for 6. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Bill.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the 3rd quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Finds his big tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing.
And he breaks into the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
6-9-1, Gators score.
Quarterback checking off. Off play action. Ball in the air, intercepted. The 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Oklahoma. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing it.
He's looking deep. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Running back goes in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water wings, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Looking to go up top on first down. Steps away. Pulls it in. It's Beebe. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple yards there.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Good timing on the quick out. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.